This is Innerview, an inside look at the people whose music has changed our lives. The first half of tonight's Innerview is brought to you by Clarion Car Stereos. We'll be back with host Jim Ladd and Innerview right after this.
Tonight, we begin a very special two-part interview of STYX. Now, to say that what you are about to hear is an exclusive is an understatement. You see, it was the band's decision not to allow any national interviews or press conferences during the Grand Decathlon Tour to any of the media at all, be it radio, print, or television. Any media, that is, except for the Innerview Radio Network. The conversations that you will hear during the next 2 weeks are the result of a samurai-style weekend on the road that was more like an endurance test than a concert tour. It all began when Innerview President Jack Morris, producer Bill Levy, STYX project coordinator Jim Cahill, and I arrived at Los Angeles International Airport, looking like four guys you would not want to sit next to for 5 hours on an airplane.
The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. No parking.
Jerry ready. Jerry ready. Please enter the white courtesy telephone.
After checking in, going through security, and some coffee, we boarded the plane.
So do we have boarding passes or what?
There's 2 of them.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We then found our seats, checked for the third time to make sure that we were not on a DC-10, and began making the inevitable come-ons to our stewardess as she bent over to serve us.
Is that champagne? I think I'll pass, thank you.
Well, finally, after being instructed on the use of oxygen masks and the location of emergency exits, the captain announced he expected a smooth flight, and we took off for Boston. Four and a half hours later, we arrive at Boston's Logan Airport, where we then jump into an awaiting car and were driven to the Boston Garden, where STYX was just about to go on stage, and we were to get our first glimpse of the players we had come so far to meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, STYX welcomes you to the band Illusion.
Hi, this is Chico Escuela,
Better known as?
JY here. Love the nasal voice. Let's see if we can put a little more top end on it.
My name is Tommy Shaw. This is Tommy Shaw for those that are trying to identify my voice.
All right, my name is Chuck Panazzo.
My name is Dennis DeYoung, and my name is Dennis DeYoung.
My name is Jim Ladd, and I'm leaving.
Welcome to part one of an exclusive two-part intercontinental interview of STYX.
Welcome to the grand illusion. Come on in and see what's happening. Pay the price, get your tickets for the show. The stage is set, the band starts playing. Suddenly your heart is pounding.
We'll be back with Dennis DeYoung, Tommy Shaw, James Young, and Chuck Panazzo when our interview of STYX continues.
Moving down the highway, miles passing by. Just me and my car and my Clarion making the time fly. Taking me places I've never been and letting me feel my music with Clarion. It's like a concert in your car. Music all around me with a sound so sweet and pure. So pure. Traveling down the long and winding road on a magical mystery tour. There ain't another sound system there for me that lets me hear so much harmony with Clarion. It's like a concert in your car.
For the very best in car stereo, you gotta hear Clarion's new Magitune FM. FM never sounded so good.
I'm Jim Ladd, and we're back now with our interview of STYX.
I just wanted to start with this concert because it was the first time I saw you live. It was a total bore, but...
That wasn't us, though. That was 5 guys we hired to play.
Oh, now I get it. I get it. Okay.
How could you even say
It was
you heard
Cahill's
us? I
family
saw
was
this guy backstage trying to...
Yeah, hi, I'm Jim Ladd. I'm from Hollywood, you know, big radio station.
Oh, come on now. That's unfair.
See, he started it, though, didn't he? Okay.
You guys are...
Oh, we won't be unfair.
Right.
Okay. I think the biggest problem and the hardest thing to master as a rock and roll band that plays in big halls, in big stadiums, is the fact that you have to play all by yourself. You have to be trained enough to know that you're really no longer in a group, okay? Because just the physical distance between the outside members, Tommy and I, must be 35 feet away from each other. And I rarely, if ever, hear Tommy play all night long. I mean, I just don't physically hear what he plays. I don't hear what JY plays for the most part, unless there's breaks and, you know, like Tommy be playing acoustic by himself. But traditionally, when we're playing together as a group, as an ensemble, you really don't have the advantage of hearing everything that's happening. So for one individual to really be able to figure out what the band sounds like is very difficult. The whole thing that really gets you, you know, either up or down is the fact, how well did I do in relationship to the drums? Because that's really what you hear, are the drums.
While we're talking about the live stuff, the song Lights on the new album. A song about playing live, correct?
Yeah, Lights is just one of those things. Last night was a good example because I was starting to feel a cold coming on, and I really was doubtful as to whether I was going to be able to just stay on my feet. And we got on the stage, and the crowd was really hot, and all of a sudden that adrenaline just starts going through you, and the lights come on. Now, the lights is a good thing to focus on. All of that just sort of changes you, and it did. Pumps you up. Next thing you know, you're right in the middle of the show, and you've forgotten about how bad you feel.
Can that overcome just about anything, let's say, emotionally and physically?
If everything on stage is working right and you don't have to deal with any disasters like not being able to hear yourself sing, especially if your throat is a little shaky, you don't have to deal with any of that. Pretty much, especially if the crowd is with you, it can pretty much overcome almost everything, except for like a severe pain, like if you wrenched your back or your neck or something.
I heard the knock on my door. I heard the ring of the bell. I got the letter, but I couldn't go. So many thoughts in my head, so many places to be, so many faces that I long to see. Standing in front of me tonight, the lights will take me where I long to be. Just like 1,000 nights before, somebody said to me, why do you do this to you? Why not sit back and relax? Go to the islands and forget it all. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You seem afraid it won't last. Take my advice, go straight and settle down. Thank you for caring, but tonight the lights will take me where I long to
I want to know who gave you the advice to go straight and settle down. I mean, there's that line that's like somebody saying, hey, come on, you're going to burn yourself out. And,
I think that's what a lot of performers who are young and struggling, they a lot of times are the black sheep of the family. All the other brothers and sisters go to college and go out and get bank jobs as executives, make a lot of money, and lead the typical American success story life. And that was just something that I'd seen happen a lot of times. Go straight, get a regular job, and cut this foolishness out.
I think every one of us, I know Jay White, could tell stories about parental influence. You should be a CPA. That's the attitude. What are you doing this for? It got to the point where it was obvious to my dad and my mom how just enormously successful we were. And I'll never forget it because we were playing the Chicago Stadium, and they were there, and there's all these people around, and my dad was standing there, and he looks at me because I says, I got to tell you something, son. I'm sure glad you didn't listen to me, because if you would have, you'd have never gotten as far as you had.
One of the songs that got a huge reaction from the audience at the Boston concert was Great White Hope, which was written by J.Y.
Dennis came up with the title, and the song lyrics I created, but, as Dennis and myself, to probably almost the same degree, are sports fanatics. So the idea of the sports analogy to some of the things we do is very in keeping with our mentality, I suppose, if I can refer to us collectively as we, us, our.
We can use mentality in this.
That okay, I question that too. But the way I sing the song is kind of a song that says, here's a bunch of guys that came out of the dingy steel mill district in Chicago.
I didn't think we were going to do this.
Not exactly. But, it's the feeling of you're up there, and sometimes, in a way, you question now, what makes me so special that I'm all of a sudden, that I've got 20,000 people screaming and yelling and all these lights on me, and I'm making all this money. It's like a feeling of, have I gone too far? Or am I out of my league? And it's just a feeling of, I'm going to fight, and I'm going to fight till the finish.
Chuck Panazzo.
We can deal with each other, which is real important. We can be real honest with each other and work together. We can overcome our egos, which is real difficult when you're dealing with 5 individuals. But to us, the band, the music, performing, it's more important.
Dennis DeYoung.
This is how I look at it. Here are the guys from next door, but look at them. They sure don't seem like the guys next door anymore. It's that feeling of they seem like we could be friends with them, but maybe not, They still seem a little bit different.
Look at me.
think we find that is the most difficult thing in being a performer.
Death, what am I going to wear tonight?
Figuring out what in the hell am I going to wear on that stage.
I thought the cop uniform was a great touch, you know, and the baseball jersey. But JY in the outer space suit, where in the hell did that come from?
Where did that come from?
No, where did it come from? Not where did it come from, but where did it come from?
It comes from a desperate need for attention.
You got it last night? I would think you would get that. Do you ever wear that on the street? I mean, I know you have it on now, but do you walk out?
Next time you ask me out, Jim, I'll wear it if you ask me.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, we'll go to a nice place and then one of these cheap, sleazy places you always take me to.
We'll break for a commercial, folks. We'll be right back.
Moving down the highway, miles passing by. Just me and my car and my Clarion making the time fly. Taking me places I've never been and letting me feel my music with Clarion. It's like a concert in your car. Music all around me with a sound so sweet and pure. So pure. Traveling down the long and winding road on a magical mystery tour. There ain't another sound system there for me that lets me hear so much harmony with Clarion. It's like a concert in your car.
Don't wait. Now you can get a complete Clarion system installed just in time for Christmas. The second half of tonight's interview is brought to you by Alpine Car Audio Systems.
Alpine is high technology, standard equipment on the Lamborghini. Feather touch controls, micro-electronic car audio. Alpine, the class of car audio. Alpine, the class of car audio.
Alpine Quality Car Audio Sound is available now at your Alpine dealer, where he'll not only help you choose the system that's right for you and your budget, he'll install it for you professionally. You and your car deserve the best installation to get the kind of sound you enjoy at home. So see your Alpine Car Audio dealer.
Alpine, the class of car audio. Alpine, the class of car audio.
We're back again in a hotel room in Boston, Massachusetts, as we continue with our interview of STYX.
Let's talk just for a moment about the cover design here, because that's really interesting. The symbolism of this guy with the flashlight in bare feet. I mean, it's kind of like he's either really futuristic or
the guy who invented the flashlight.
Or the guy who invented the flashlight, right.
Well, the whole idea of the Cornerstone package is that the object that appears on the inside is supposed to be analogous to this thing that the U.S. technological people sent off into space that has Chuck Berry's music on there and all this reference. So the front cover and the back cover are like teasers for the actual thing, the object which is inside.
It's like an archaeological dig somewhere in the future, and you look at the silhouettes in the background, and you can see there's structures back there which are in ruin now and probably uncovered in this dig. Here this guy is with a flashlight, and he's uncovered this thing, this silver thing with these inscriptions on it, and you really don't know what they mean because you can't really see them that well. On the back, there's this futuristic museum, and there's this child looking at this thing. It's obviously important enough that they put it on display in this whole chamber.
Right.
But there's some interesting little symbols on that thing. Like if you look at the globe, there's a cross-section of it cut out, which is the Midwest, and the longitude and latitude, they lead right to Chicago, which is where the band comes from. We wanted for it to be something that every time you looked at it, you'd say, "Well, I didn't notice that last time." Something for the eyes. Because that's about as close as we can get to the visual, you know, when we're in your home on your stereo.
Once again, the meaning is simply, the important thing is not the album cover, but it's on the inside, like on a cornerstone.
Do you see the 80s as that much of a cause for alarm? I mean, are we just burning it out?
I think it's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I think, people are really expecting something to happen, but I mean, anyone with any form of intelligence knows it's no different than going 75, 76. It's just 12 months. Outside of the fact that we know that the 80s are not going to be like the 70s because, obviously, we feel there's an inevitability to our existence because of the oil thing, the energy thing. Okay, that's the biggest difference. But we've known that since 74, haven't we?
I think it's just a nice excuse for somebody to have something to look forward to. What a perfect thing for you to say, well, things are going to be better in the 80s.
Chuck Panazzo.
Per se, we're observers. We observe situations and scenes and report them, per se. We give different viewpoints that people can relate to. May be a time in their life, something they've gone through, something they're going through, something they see other people going through. So I think that that's real important. Our lyrics are meant to be heard. What they do all have is validity, let me put it that way. And then from there, the listener can relate to those parts that, he understands, she understands, and those parts that they just want to let go by can go by. Although you don't know them and they don't know you, in another way, they really do know you. So that's communication. Sometimes their own parents can't communicate with them, but we've communicated with them and said something, and they treat us like we're their friends, that we understand them, that they're people, that we're people, and that's the essence of life, is your relationship with other people, relating to other people.
See, you read about me in the papers, you see me on the movie screen, you know everything there is to
One of my favorite STYX songs is a tune that appears on the Grand Illusion album and was written by Tommy Shaw.
Fooling yourself? I think Fooling Yourself has a positive message. That it deals with something that's not so positive. It's like being your worst critic, being so self-critical that you're angry all the time because things can't be perfect. I found that true of myself and a lot of other people that I was surrounded by, that we were so anxious and we wanted everything just wasn't falling right in place exactly the way it should. And I got so caught up in that I didn't stop to really see that a lot of things were going really well. So it was like, just, hey, slow down, you know. Things are pretty nice here. Just take your time and enjoy the good things that are there already.
Our interview of STYX returns in just a moment.
Alpine is high technology, standard equipment on a Lamborghini. It's got those feather touch controls, micro electronic car audio. Alpine, the class act of car audio. Take one along for the road.
Alpine car audio systems offer you features like Music Sensor, which automatically scans fast forward and plays the next musical cut, or replays the song in the rewind mode, all with one slight touch of the button. Alpine's Music Sensor, it's a real convenience while driving, and it's an Alpine car audio feature that even most home units don't have.
Alpine, the class act of car audio. Take one along for the road.
And now the conclusion of part one of our two-part special Innerview of STYX. Dennis DeYoung.
Babe is, it was a song, my wife's birthday was coming up. And this was before she started traveling with us last year in October. And I wanted to give her something, her birthday's in the fall, for her, you know, a personal message from me to her about all the times that I had to say goodbye to her, and I didn't want to. So that was the song. And went in and did a demo on a lark. It was not for STYX, it was for me to her. And it was, I had no idea that would ever end up on a STYX album when I did it. So John, Chuck, and I went in the studio. I said, guys, do me a favor, let's just, you know, work this out one day. We just sat down, played it out, and I said, I'm going to give this to my wife. Ended up to be the record. But it was more or less my saying, you know, Jesus, I hate leaving. You know.
And if you remember, that was during a real intensely emotional period for the band, too. Because we couldn't, I don't know if we could have captured the emotion in his voice later on down the line when we started recording the album. That's the one thing that we said, that's sincere emotion on that record.
And what more beautiful gift could you give to her? I mean, that's...
It went #1 on her birthday 1 year later.
Babe, I'm leaving. I must be on my way. The time is drawing near. My train is going. I see it in your eyes. The love, the need, your tears. But I'll be lonely without you, and I'll need your love to see me through. So please believe me, my heart is in your hand, and I'll be missing you. 'Cause you know it's you, babe, whenever I get weary and I've had enough, feel like giving up. You know it's you, babe, giving me the courage and the strength I need. Please believe that it's true. Babe, I love you. You know it's you, babe, whenever I get weary and I've had enough, feel like giving up. You know it's you, babe, giving me the courage and the strength I need. Please believe that it's true. Babe, I love you. Babe, I'm leaving. I'll say it once again. And somehow try to smile. I know the feeling we're trying to forget. If only for a while. 'Cause I'll be lonely without you, and I'll need your Babe, I love you. Babe, I love you. Ooh, babe.
One aspect of the group as a whole that became evident very quickly while observing STYX on the road is the almost maniacal amount of care that goes into what they do.
Well, we have to care because when all is said and done, it'll still be the band. I think the public wouldn't really notice that much if we were to change record labels or change management or change booking agencies or change our underwear. You know,
If you would change your underwear. We were going to ask you about the guys, they were kind of embarrassed because they're so close, but anyway.
I think the public still, if they take the time to notice something like that at all, then they're not really going to care about what goes on in the background. The band is still the one who's responsible. We get that immediate pay every night, not just, you know, they paid the tickets, but we get that response as to whether we were what we claimed to be. So we have to care. That's what keeps us going every night, is wanting to be loved out there.
That's why we're the #1 touring band in this country, is because night after night we don't give bad shows. No matter what happens, we don't do that. It's a dedication to the name of the band and to ourselves as individuals that we care about, and we're neurotic to the point where we care every night about what we do. And because we take it, God bless us to this point, we take it deadly serious. That's just not STYX's name, which it is, but it's everybody's individual name on the line every night. First place we were popular in the whole United States outside of the city was what city? Provo, Utah. Now, why I brought that up, I don't know. But that was the only place outside of Chicago we'd go play concerts in the very early days, was in Provo, Utah. Don't know why.
Just an interesting little anecdote about our past.
This should look real nice on the editing floor.
Yes. We're now waiting for room service. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Lots of potato chips. Well, let's eat those during the end. That's a great ride.
Well, of course, you realize
any
that
celery?
lights are symbolic of the sun, and the sun is all energy.
Well, I think this would be a good place to stop for now. Next week, we'll board STYX's private plane and fly with the band to New York for another concert and part 2 of our exclusive intercontinental interview of STYX. You're all invited along next week, same time and same frequency. I'm Jim Ladd.
Alpine is high technology, standard equipment on a Lamborghini. Feather touch controls, micro electronic car audio. Alpine, the class act of car audio. Alpine, the class act of car audio.
Alpine quality car audio sound is available now at your Alpine dealer, where he'll not only help you choose the system that's right for you and your budget, he'll install it for you professionally. You and your car deserve the best installation to get the kind of sound you enjoy at home. So see your Alpine car audio dealer.
Alpine, the class act of car audio. Alpine, the class act of car audio.
This has been another Innerview, brought to you by Alpine Car Audio Systems. Innerview is written by Jim Ladd, produced and engineered by Bill Levy at Innerview Recording Studios in Los Angeles. Innerview was also brought to you by Clarion Car Stereos, with special thanks to Reese Haggett, Penny Wright, Bob Kresser, and Lou Jacobs. Innerview, a new concept in radio.